I have a word for you today. The Lord would have me say to you, you can turn the tables on the enemy. That's right. You can turn the tables on the devil. Genesis chapter 30, verses 10 and 11. Here's what it says. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a son. And Leah said, a troop cometh. And she called his name Gad, G-A-D. Genesis chapter 49 and verse number 19. Jacob is prophesying over his children. He comes to his seventh son by the name of Gad. And here's what he says. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. I want you to take note of certain things that I'm going to share with you today as we pray together. I want you to notice this, that the prophecy over the life of God was that he was going to be mighty. He was going to be a man of great courage. He was going to be a man of military might, a man with an indomitable spirit. And for that reason, he was called God, meaning that he would be fortunate. But watch this. In Genesis 49, verse number 19, Jacob seems to indicate that the very thing that would make God great will be the thing the enemy would use to set him back. I need you to understand something. Whatever the enemy fights desperately and repeatedly in your life reveals a couple of things. Please pay attention. Number one, it reveals what the devil is most afraid of about you. The devil was most afraid of God's courageous attitude, and he tried to fight it in order to stop it from bringing God into greatness. What the enemy relentlessly fights in your life reveals what he is most afraid of about you. Number two, what the enemy fights in your life, it reveals what your advantage in life is. You see, the enemy was fighting God's courageous attitude. But watch this. That was going to be God's biggest advantage. He was to be a man of might and a man of great strength. Number three, whatever the enemy fights relentlessly in your life reveals the major weapon that he uses against you. In this case, the major weapon he used against God was fear. Number four, what the enemy fights in your life reveals what you shall weaponize against him in order to defeat him, in order to dominate him, and in order to make him pay for messing with you. By thinking and acting contrary to fear, God turned the enemy's weapon on him and went on to develop into a tribe of fearless warriors. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 from verse number 8 tells us that the tribe of God were men who were fearless, greatly courageous, great men of war. Watch this, everybody. Oral Roberts and Kenneth Hagin were greatly used of God in the healing movement. But did you notice that the enemy attacked them early in life with sickness? He wanted to turn their strength into a weakness. He wanted to enslave them so they would be unable to fulfill their destinies. But these were men who turned the tables on the devil. The very thing for which he fought them became the weapon they used against the enemy. They were used mightily to bring healing to many. Hear me, everybody. Develop a strategy for effective spiritual warfare. Don't fight the enemy blindly or with your back against the wall. Be wise, intentional, dynamic, and strategic, and God will put the enemy permanently under your feet and give you the power and the freedom to reign in life in the class of royalty. I bless you today. I believe and I declare that you will turn the tables on the enemy and you will be a victor in every area of your life. God bless.